What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday to everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood Pedro coming to you with a new video today on something that was just released by Crytivo Games for the Universim. And that is concept art and concept for a new planet. Now, the name that they've initially come out with, and I'm going to try to pronounce this and I may get it wrong, so I apologize. It's called Enigrebua. And that's just looking at the spelling, and it has the word nigre in it, which is Spanish for, black or dark. And here's a little picture of it as well, just some concept art that they have for it. And it's going to be a dark planet. The fauna is going to be aggressive, and it's going to be more fungus and mucus-like, so some slugs, snails. You can see kind of a chameleon there. Very jagged, sharp rocks, and it's going to be kind of a dry planet. The resource makeup is going to be roughly about 90% oil, and then the rest of the 10% is going to be mixed between gas and metals. So you can kind of see here that it is going to be dark. So that's exciting that they're kind of thinking outside of the box on what they're going to do with planets and planet types and resources. So there is some thought behind what they're going to do as far as the planets are concerned. And it doesn't seem that it's going to be, just very generic planets like, oh, this is going to be Water Planet. This will be Water World featuring Kevin Costner, that kind of thing. No, it's they're really kind of stretching the imagination on it. And that's a good thing, because when you think about it, we haven't even explored 0.5% of our own galaxy, in real life. And I'm throwing out 0.5%. I don't know if that's the actual number, but if you do think about it, we don't even really know enough about, the planets that make up our own solar system. So how can we, definitely come out and say this is what planets look like, and what, if there was intelligent life or any kind of life on a planet, what it would look like. So they're stretching their imagination and going out there with it. So it is kind of exciting to see that they've got this dark planet concept, not a lot of sunlight. Definitely going to have to terraform it and, make it to where your nuggets can live and gather resources for you, because I'm pretty sure that oil is going to be very, very beneficial, especially if you're trying to make rocket fuel to get to other planets. So there's that. Next, they have released the initial screenshot, which I do not have, I apologize, of the God Powers radial menu. So it's going to be basically each one like terraforming, disasters, and the things like immortality and construction, all that kind of stuff is going to have its own radial menu. So it'll be a mouse over, and then it'll pop up, or it may even be a click, and it'll pop up, the different things that you can do in the specific area, like terraforming. Okay, I can form clouds, or okay, I can plant some trees or throw down some rocks, that kind of thing. So that seems to be a pretty good idea. As far as ease of use, especially for players that aren't used to a game of this type, so they are trying to make it user friendly, to make it to where it's just kind of a pick up and play, while it'll still be in depth enough for the rest of us sim players who are used to kind of the way things progress and getting resources and stuff and researching technologies to get to the next age or next level. So I think that's a pretty good idea too. They've also reworked the research screen, which you saw previously and I've covered previously. Right now it's a radial tree, so it starts out in the middle with your initial technology and then branches out. Well, what they've done is they've actually made it a left to right scrolling tree, which in my mind works a little better. If it was just the radial menu, it kind of can get difficult to follow what you're doing. A left to right is a little bit easier to follow, and for those of us in the Western Hemisphere, we read left to right. I know Japanese and I believe Chinese and maybe even some Arabic. You read right to left, but in most of the world, left to right is the way we read things. So that seems to be a little bit easier, in my opinion. So I think they're really coming out with some user friendly things to help us out and to help new players out to navigate through this game, because I think it's going to be a fairly large game as far as what is involved in it. It's going to be pretty involved, and that's pretty good. And it's nice to see that someone's kind of doing this. And I've always wanted a game like this. I'm not a programmer. I've always thought it'd be great to be in charge of your own planet and then being able to create it, explore it, and do what you want. I thought that was a great idea. But anyways, that's about it on this video. So good to see what they're doing with the planets. And if there's certain planet types that you'd like to see, hey, leave a comment on here, and I can actually send it over to the developers and see what they think about it. They're open to suggestions, so let me know. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Bye.